The man took out Cinderella's golden slipper and fed it to the cow. Then he took out Little Red Riding Hood's cape and Rapunzel's golden hair, feeding them all to the cow. This sick cow, which could not produce milk, miraculously began giving milk. At the moment the moon was completely covered, the witch drank the milk. The wife's stomach suddenly grew larger. The witch's curse was lifted, and she returned to her original appearance. That very night, the prince took one of Cinderella's golden slippers and went around trying it on every girl. The moment Cinderella saw the prince, she could not help but smile. Seeing that neither daughter could fit into the shoe, the stepmother cut off the younger daughter's big toe with a knife. Although the shoe fit, the prince eventually discovered the truth. The older daughter had her heel cut off as well, but she collapsed to the ground. At that moment, Cinderella stepped forward. The prince personally helped her put on the shoe. The golden slipper fit perfectly. The prince had finally found his Cinderella. The next day, the prince and Cinderella held their wedding ceremony. The baker arrived with his child to offer congratulations. Just when everyone believed the prince and Cinderella would live happily ever after, a loud explosion suddenly rang out. The magic bean Cinderella threw away the night before had grown overnight all the way into the sky. A giantess climbed down from above the clouds. She had come to avenge her dead husband. Little Red Riding Hood's house was destroyed by the giantess. Lost in the forest, she happened to run into the baker and his wife, so the three of them traveled together. But then they encountered a crowd of refugees. That was when they learned the royal city was also under attack by the giantess. Just then, the ground started shaking again. The giantess was approaching. She was searching for Jack, the one responsible for killing her husband. The witch found Rapunzel. Now that she had regained her beauty, Rapunzel would no longer feel disgusted by her. But at that moment, the prince appeared and grabbed Rapunzel, trying to take her away. The witch hurriedly grabbed her daughter and tried to cast magic on the prince. But because she had regained her appearance, her magic no longer worked. The prince and Rapunzel were no longer afraid of the witch and rode away on horseback. This left the witch's heart completely frozen. The baker and his wife left the child in Little Red Riding Hood's care, then separated to search for Jack as well. Along the way, the baker's wife met the prince. Even though both of them already loved someone else, they still could not control their desires and crossed the line. Afterward, the prince used killing the giantess as an excuse and left without making any promises. The wife felt even more lost. Unfortunately, she then encountered the giantess. In the panic, the giantess's footsteps shook her off the cliff.